Well, hey guys, welcome to Live Sessions with Steve. Today we're going to do a solo acoustic guitar underscore. And you might think a lot of, well, I remember used to think when I first started doing these kind of cues, there was like solo acoustic guitar. I had to nail everything. I had to do like a rhythm kind of thing with melody, and I had to be like a virtuoso. And I was surprised that you actually could do many different parts and keep it really simple, and then the sum of all those parts become this really wonderful track. So so let's go ahead and dive in. I got a bunch of different points that I want to show you. So let's just shrink this here. Okay, we got my session open. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is for creating these kind of tracks. The BPMs, I want this to be an up tempo track, maybe 110 to about 140, probably 130ish. 140 is pushing pretty high, but I do want it kind of up tempo. I do want it kind of lively and happening, and I don't want a somber, reflective kind of sad piece. I want it more up tempo, something that you just have strumming along underneath the whatever the scene is, and they're maybe just going from one place to the next place. It's kind of like just in between kind of a track. So the emotion has to feel good, it has to be happy, and I want it to be upbeat. So those are the emotions that I'm thinking the whole time I'm going to be feeling. Does this feel up tempo? Does this feel upbeat? Does this feel uplifting? Happy? The instruments, it's only going to be acoustic guitars. I'm going to actually be doing some percussion, but I'm actually going to be hitting the guitar and slapping and doing sort of different kind of things to create a little bit of percussion in the track. And then you'll see how else I'll use the acoustic guitars. I'll use them in different kind of parts, and I'll explain that as we go. So some other elements that work is use single notes with a long reverb tail, or a long reverb tails, more of that string kind of sound. So it's kind of like those. It just how you'll see how that kind of works, and it's really cool to kind of add those underneath as more elements as you would kind of be replacing strings. Use percussion, double the guitars. So what that means is I'm going to go one left, right, and one left and one right. So I'm going to keep that really kind of really nice and full, a really big kind of sound. And now it needs an LV version with a lead vocal, or I should actually say just a lead melody. Lead vocal is, I'm a singer-songwriter, so I do tons of lead vocals, so it's always up there. It needs a lead melody, so we're going to make sure we add that. So awesome. Okay, so just before we get started, so if you're in any one of my VIP groups, any of my groups, well, actually the masterclass group only, actually, you get the opportunity to record one of these tracks and send it in to me to go on the album that we pitch to all the big publishers. And so that's a really exciting thing. So make sure you watch this video and try your track along with me. So, push pause and then record your part, and then come back and do your track. And after you've done it a few times along with me, you'll find that you'll be able to get these really without even thinking. So that's really cool. And if you're wanting to be a part of my big VIP masterclass group, you got to do one of my main courses, and that's a very exclusive kind of club there. But it's the working club. You get your music signed and you get it out there, getting ready for pitching and getting it ready for the placements. So all right, so let's dive in now. So right now I have a session. I'm just going to shrink my screen just a little bit more here. So right here we have a session. So I've already got a template, and you can kind of see up here it's Solo Acoustic Guitar Underscore #1, because I've done 20 or 30 of these, I think. So right up here we have a click. I have a reverse cymbal, which is kind of one of my go-to reverse cymbals. I'll usually put it at the end just to kind of so we know that it's the track's ending. And I've got it at about 130 over here, 135. I don't know where we're going to end, so I'm actually going to have that muted. So, and I don't think I'll use those ones there. Now you might be asking and saying to yourself, well, you're only supposed to use electric guitars. I thought you're only going to do acoustic guitars. this is one little rule that I break. It's just the reverse cymbals, so they sound great to be able to have them as the ends. So now we have some easy drummer, or we have some drums. Now I'm not going to do those, so we're going to delete that. We've got some bass. I'm not even going to include a bass, so we delete that. And there's our lead vocal, or lead melody. I have that set up as a lead. That's my lead channel there. So let's get rid of some of these. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a it was channel going there. I'm going to create a more of a percussive thing. So let me just make this a bit bigger. Let me grab one of my guitars. I'm going to use two different guitars. I'm going to use this acoustic guitar here for the lead melody, and this one's going to be more of the rhythm and everything. So I just want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. So we're going to tap, we're going to actually tap a rhythm or something in there. So, alright, so I've got my headphones on. Now, this is set up for 120. Let's try 126. Yeah, let's try that. Now I am hearing a little bit of this ringing here. I can hear the ring when I tap. I don't know if you can hear that. It's like ding, and so I'm going to have to mute that a little bit. So I'm just going to put that over my knee. See if I can kind of spread that. I'll probably just do that on the clips when I on the other tracks. So let's go ahead and create a I just want to make sure my levels are good. It's not distorting. Got a little clip there. Yeah, so I'm actually going to hold it. So I'm going to hold it so it's not going to ring there. I'm going to do a kick drum or a kick thing. That's the sound I want. So I was playing around with the different things. You can kind of hear different sounds. As you tap around, you know, you have a different sound. I'm kind of using my 4 of my knuckles, or the flat of my knuckle, to more of a thump. Alright, cool. So let's just go ahead and make sure that's in time. Now I have a little shortcut here that I use. If you're on Pro Tools, you could use this as well. And so then this just makes it, you can move it around. So you just got to get rid of some of those little extra parts that it picks up. And then I just quantize, and we just go, and then it's all in time. So let me just walk that through, just so, actually we'll do it on the next one. So then we can just, we're okay with that. Now I'm actually going to trim that. Go to the end. Done, done, done. Now you can actually hear when I take my my hand off the guitar. You can hear this. It lifts up. and I don't like that. So I'm actually just going to trim that out. Now, as I'm trimming these, I still want a bit of the decay, so I'm making sure that, that I've got a bit of a tail here so that I can fade all of these like this. You'll see if you don't, then you can kind of hear something's weird. So, alright, so just, actually before I do that, I'm going to just do this. So that means I've done all the front of them. There we go. And the shortcuts, if you're on Pro Tools, is F. So that's just as a fade. Highlight it, fade. Highlight it, fade. Highlight it, F. Highlight F. F, F. Alright, cool. So now we got it. Now let's go ahead and just, let's have a listen. Yeah, I like that a lot. So that's what we want. So we're just going to Shift Option 3 to consolidate all that. And then we're going to do Option R for duplicate it how many times? I'm just going to do 30. I don't know what that's going to be. Let's have a look. That was way too much, but that's all right. We're out here at 130, so I'll delete from there. As I said, these little instrumental cues are about 1 minute and 30 seconds long. So now let's do a different one. I'm going to do a, I like that sound. Oh. Alright, so let's clean that up. It's important to clean up these, as I said before, it is important to clean up these because it'll sound weird if you don't. So you can hear a little bit of that noise. The cleaner I get it, the just more punchy the mix can be, the more cleaner and you can hear all the parts a lot better. So I'm just going to take the time to really make sure this is clean. Alright, so same thing, what I did before. I'm just going to click F, and I'm actually going to do a fades on those. Now, I think those were pretty much in time. Let's just see. Let's consolidate it, which is with the Shift Option 3, and we'll see if they're in time. Do they need? A couple of them are out. So let me just walk through this process again. You click on the whole track, and you click this little thing down here, metronome thing. Click it on rhythm. Then we go over to analyze it, so we can see the lines come up. So then the lines come up. It analyzes all the parts of all the parts that you want to move, like all the little transients. You click Option 0 for your quantize, and I just quantize it to 16, or 16 would be fine because we do have a 16th here, I think. There we go, and then we just click off, none, and just commit it. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a little different, so let's go ahead and I think I only need maybe 18. We'll see if that's right. Oops. Still a bit too many, so maybe 15. Cool. Okay, so now we're going to I'm going to add one more part in here, one more percussion. I'm going to go like a sounds like a shaker, doesn't it? And I'm actually going to turn and crank it up. Crank up my preamp. Alright, let's see how that went. It's like a shaker. Now one little tip behind this, because the shaker is kind of starting before the actual beat, so what I actually do is I cut it here. Oops. And then I will loop it from there, because that would be the new one right there. See if this sounds better as we loop it. Let's consolidate it. So we've got those fades. That is Command D for duplicate. I'm just going to see. Yeah, it sounds great, except for the first part. I'm actually rushing it just a little bit. So I'm actually going to cut it from here. See if that works better. Alright, it's my shaker. Okay, now, do I need any more percussion? I don't think I do. I don't think I do, so let's go ahead and come up with a guitar part now. Let's tune up the guitar. Okay, so I usually mic this. Very simple way to mic it is I'm using a U40 it's a U70 76 87. Gosh, I don't even know. It's an A 67, I think it is. So 87. There we go. I had a blank. Alright, we need to turn this down too. There we go. Now whenever we have signal, we want to make sure that we don't have red, but we're over half, maybe 75. So if I play, so I am actually a little low, so. That's great. So let's have it. Cool, I like that straight away. Let's try that. Yep, let's do that.
I like a lot of that, but it's kind of like I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing any. It doesn't. It just doesn't. I'm just doing the same thing. So let me structure it a bit more. Cool. I like that. I think that's cool. It's right around 137. Perfect. So let me just get rid of some of these sounds. So we ring out. And then up here I have my click already automated. So it goes off so there's no bleed of the click in those long held out notes at the end. So there shouldn't be any click in this or this held out note. Alright, so let's go over now. We've got the structure. Let's go ahead and do these guitars a couple of times just to make sure we've got some spares for editing. I love this guitar. This guitar's all mahogany, made in 72, I think it is. So it's really aged. It's all mahogany. It's really a deep, mellow sounding, warm guitar. I love it. It's for anyone who's wondering, it's a Harmony. These are like a student ones made back in the day, but they're all hardwoods. They're all solid wood, which is important for acoustic, and they sound great. It's really, really cool. So, all right. Alright, so I forgot what I did there. So do a C. Huh. Alright, so we're coming to the end. Cool. And again, so these aren't exactly tight, but the cool thing is I can find two that work when you do a few of these. Yep, mistakes. Whoops. Alright, I'm going to do one more because I think I got some mistakes in there. I'm doing finger picking, which is a little bit more tricky, meaning that sometimes, you know, it's more of a feel. My fingers are kind of going with a feel than an actual exact little pattern. So a lot of the time they're the same, but I would like to kind of find two that are that work. I forget how to do that. All right, cool. So that's one guitar down. So now let's do the melody. Let's just pick two. All right, cool. So now let's do a melody. We're just gonna jam. Something simple. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I like that first part, and we'll keep going. I like some of that. Let's just keep, but it's not structured. I like it to know what I'm doing, not just jam. Yes, that was good. And this next part. Ba-dun, ba-dun. Gotta get, I heard a little buzz in that one. Let me just get rid of some of these screens so you can see a bit more. Maybe I'll shrink some of these things down. There we go. See a bit more of the wavelength. to make sure it's clean. Let's do that again. Good. I just get myself an extra long one at the end there. You can kind of see that. So it's an extra longer one just at the end. And I'm just cleaning up here now. But at the very end, just in case there's a bit of I think I heard a little bit of a noise or something. So anyway, so we've got our melody. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to do anything in that middle section. But I am going to do a rhythm thing. Like a ding, 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 or something. One ring. Da-da-dun. Dun, dun, dun. Cool. Okay, so let's create one more track. I just duplicate, make it super easy. It's got all the effects, everything on it. It's already got all the sends, everything's set up for it. Now we're going to do some, these are going to be the really long tail reverb things. Let me just put a reverb on it. Put today. That's fine. We'll just do the mixing. Long held out notes.
All right, so that's going to have a lot of. I like that middle section. I don't think I'm going to put anything else in there. Maybe I'm going to play a bass section. So, like, meaning I'm just going to play bass on the guitar.
So just a single notes. See if I remember. I think I'll start on that one. No, I'll do the next one. Awesome.
Okay, so we have all the parts. This is all, that's all the parts that we need. Let me just color this. I like to color this red for bass. It always tells me that. I'll just type it in as well. And we got the ambience. Let me just change those different colors so we can see what that is. I'll also move that to strings or something, a strings bus. I don't think I have a strings bus. Let me just add that in. These are my buses already set up with a template, and we'll go through what settings I have here in the next video when we start mixing and putting it down. So strings, and you need to listen to strings. There we go. That's strings, and now let's put this as a bass, and we'll just treat it different, you know. Just get rid of some noise while we're here. Can't help ourselves. I'm just cleaning it up. Cool. It's going to sound nice. It's a nice little track we just came up with in probably about half an hour. I was talking for a little bit. It's about 49 minutes now. But all right, so let's leave this one for the next video. We'll go ahead and just a few little sections here. I'm going to mute which I think, you know, so just so I remember. So when we're editing, I got a good idea of what things are. All right. Okay, so let's wrap this up then. Awesome, guys. So hopefully that helped. Let's stay tuned to the second video, which is going to be live, and we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be editing it. We're going to be mixing it, and we're going to be mastering the track and giving it the first mix, getting it out the door, and I always come back 2 or 3 mixes, at least 3 mixes, at least usually. Sometimes 2, but 3 plus usually. Um, all depending, and but then we'll mix it, we'll get it done, and yeah, and get this one out to a publisher. So awesome, guys. See you in the next one.